What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka All Fires. Now, the news one after another has been, these are the shows that are being canceled, and I'd like to tell you that it was something different today, but as it turns out, Brad Winderbaum has still been doing interviews for the press junket for the upcoming Daredevil Born Again. He's getting asked a ton of these questions, and that's why these answers are coming out. And as it turns out, another show that we thought was in pre-development, possibly on pause or coming at some point from the future of Disney Plus television and exploring the Wakanda side, has apparently been canceled. We're going to break it all down, where this came from, what was said, and of course, what projects, if any, that leaves actually coming to Disney Plus for Marvel. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. If you're into that kind of thing, hit the sub button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway if you want. Stick around at the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so this broke late last night under the headline, Marvel officially cancels another MCU Disney Plus show. As Marvel Television continues to evolve, it appears that one planned MCU series won't be a part of the studio's new chapter after all. They go on to report, quote, Marvel confirms plans for a Okoye series have been canceled. Marvel Television is no longer producing that Okoye series that it had been working on. Studio's head of television, streaming, and animation, Brad Winderbaum, has confirmed. Partaking in a round of interviews for the upcoming MCU show Daredevil Born Again, Winderbaum was asked by Pay or Wait about the status of the show and whether the character will return in the future, and he responded something of a bittersweet answer. Quote, I think fans of Okoye are going to be excited to see her come back, but I don't think it's going to be in a television show. I can't say where and when, but I think there's a lot to look forward to. Now, to be clear, Marvel Studios never officially dropped a logo or even announced the series was in pre-production, but it was said to be part of that huge media deal that Ryan Coogler had signed to produce with his production company on Disney Plus for extended MCU projects. We're going to still see the fruits of that, but in the meantime, the actors, the directors had talked openly about what that show might be and look like for Okoye in the wake of her leaving the Dora Milaje, something she had spent her entire life devoted to. Well, as it turns out now, that series is not going to make it, like a lot of other series. And this is exactly what we've been talking about at the channel every single time we get one of these brand new stories about Marvel Studios canning a series. Look, if Nova wasn't safe, then obviously Okoye wasn't safe either. It's not just about doing grounded stories that are much cheaper than, say, the Space Odyssey that Nova was meant to be, but more in line with using the characters that they know actually get a response out of the audience. And because they haven't seen a lot of success already with shows and actually keeping subscriptions and driving subscriptions to Disney Plus, that's a lot of the reason that these shows' budgets aren't deemed worth it. If it's not actually leading to revenue, then they're not going to make them anymore. Which actually brings to fruition what we've been saying over the last 2 or 3 months, is that just means if there's certain characters you're a fan of that maybe aren't the exact A-tier Marvel publishing characters that you would expect them to make projects around, they might not get to see the light of day. And although Loki definitely rose to prominence throughout the Infinity Saga to the point where Marvel might have felt safe with how much of a fan-favorite villain he was in making a series for him, there are other projects like Agatha or specifically Werewolf by Night that I feel like, in this Brave New World, pun totally intended, of Marvel's green lights for Disney Plus, that they're never going to get made. And that's a real shame, because really any character in the right story can shine. And as is the case with a lot of the comic fandom, people have their favorites and they're not all necessarily Spider-Man, Wolverine, Cyclops, etc. Now, is this a good thing? I think in the long run, yes, it's a good thing. We want Marvel Studios to keep making Marvel projects, and at the end of the day, Disney, Marvel Studios, it's a business. They can't keep making multi-million or $100 million projects that don't make any money. Eventually, someone will stop writing those checks, or as the executive producer's role for investing and producing in these kinds of films, the returns aren't there to justify the investment in the first place. And do not get it wrong or twisted. Yes, this is a branding thing, but at the end of the day, we're seeing that right now. No returns means they don't keep making them, and that is one of the main reasons for why they're downsizing. They have to find a profitable model so that they can keep making Marvel movies so they can stay open. And basically what's been happening here, unfortunately, is that the lesser projects they were hoping to prop up on the back of their mainstream projects have been eating at it twofold. Number one, they're not as popular. Number two, they're actually taking away from the profits they're making on the things that do make money, say like Deadpool and Wolverine. Then you start counting your losses of the Marvels against that overall for your fiscal year. The other huge upside is for the fandom, things like Secret Invasion will never get made. if there had been any sort of QC quality control or any sort of stopgapping that show coming out the way that they're going to have it now, it probably would have even been greenlit in the first place. But that's a tragedy of a show and a waste of $250 million. Yes, that was the budget on Secret Invasion. Hard to know where the money went. So that being said, these are great things for Marvel Studios and the fandom. That means higher quality of project. We get less of them, but they're better when we get them, which is basically what the fan base has been asking for and for the whole time. It's only at the price now of, well, I'm not sure Moon Knight would even get his own show in this future sort of weird world where they're only going to greenlight the best stuff. And as I said in a previous video real recently, it starts to scare me we may rewind back to the early 2000s when they were only greenlighting things like, say, X-Men and Spider-Man. You still want the fullness of the MCU and to be able to experience characters you wouldn't have thought would get their own films, because that's how we got Guardians of the Galaxy. And as it turns out, that was one of the banner years for Marvel, going Winter Soldier into Guardians of the Galaxy, and all was righted with the woes of Dark World and Iron Man 2. So you guys let me know all your thoughts though down below in the comments, how you feel about this in general, not just really the Okoye show, but their whole restructuring, their whole new MO for how they're making shows. Is it a net good thing? And are you going to be here for it when, unfortunately, we don't get Nova, a TV show, but we are getting the 3rd season of Daredevil, and we don't get an Okoye series, but we are getting season 3 of Loki? I'm all ears. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. All right, we are still giving away PlayStations here at the channel. We're just going to continue to do so until the PlayStation 5 Pro comes out or the 6 comes out, whatever's next. That's what we do at the channel. We've been doing it since the inception, and we're doing it for every Marvel drop. And because Marvel has about 1 million drops this year, okay, not 1 million, but a lot, we've got a lot of PlayStations to give away. The next one will be for Daredevil. If you want to be entered to win or for any of the future prizes here at the channel, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button because you need to be a subscriber, then leave a comment down below. And because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here, live with my voice in the winning comment shown on screen. So please be safe and vigilant on my channel, really any other where they're doing giveaways. If you should get a spam comment of any kind, just report it directly to YouTube. They're really good about deleting those accounts. You're doing everyone here at the community a service. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name is Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places: Instagram and Twitter at @AmFires. You can also find me on all platforms under the name AllFires with original music. I would sincerely appreciate you checking that out. A lot of guys have asked about the watch parties. They are coming back. I know we were not able to commit to them for What If and during the holiday season, and honestly, with any of the shows, if they come out at 3 in the morning, that is really difficult. That is not the case for Daredevil. They are dropping 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. on the West Coast. That means we will go live an hour before the show drops, 8 p.m. Standard Time on the East Coast, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. We hang out here for an hour. I watch here as you watch at home. We have some really good after discussion, and then I take myself straight to the armory. That's what I call my YouTube studio, and get cracking on the Easter egg video. So if you're going to be watching the show, make sure to stop by the channel and hang out with us. It's always a good time. It's been far too long since we've done them at the channel. I am definitely looking forward to it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.